Hey, what's up, everybody, man? So we right back, episode 2 of Down to 216 is me, and we got Will here,
What's
and we
going
here
on, y'all, man? How y'all feeling today, man? We doing good, living good. Pip, how you doing?
doing good, man. So the first
Good.
thing we gonna talk about today, we gonna talk about Evan Mobley. Evan Mobley has got this crazy contract extension. They're saying he just got paid 5 years, 224 mil, and the deal can max out to like $264 million. How are you feeling about that?
Man, we got to figure out who Evan Mobley agent is, man.
Yeah, you know,
That's
keep getting
that,
off.
he got to pay that man. Oof.
Yeah,
Evan Mobley getting paid more than Deshaun Watson, y'all. This is a crazy world we live in. Um, it's gonna be people that be like, "Oh, he's a casual. Yeah, Evan Mobley deserves it. He's a defensive player." And like, I get it, bro, but we gotta remember, man. Before that Boston Celtics series, what was happening to Evan Mobley? He was getting crossed by Paul George. Nigga, Paul George crossed him out his shoes badly. Uh, getting crossed by Paul George. We were all low on him and Darius Garland. We all thought him and Darius Garland was disappointing the entire season. And then Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, and Jared Allen all experienced injuries. And now we got Evan Mobley, who had a good series against Boston, who plays down the competition. And I don't want to discredit the series he had because he played great. And I thought Evan Mobley could be good. He's a top four pick. Um, but this was definitely, if you want to ever say anything, I know you're one to say it, Pip. If you want to say anything was ever premature, this was the damn definition of it. I don't see how we can give Evan Mobley this contract with this current roster we looking at. Looking at the current roster and the way it's constructed, you're paying him to be that guy next to Donovan Mitchell. How can he be that guy when Jared Allen is there? We gotta pick a lane we gotta be in. Like we can't be playing, hey, let's sit here and let's pay Evan Mobley because we picked him fourth and or was it fourth or third? I don't remember, but we picked him fourth or third, and he's our guy, so we're gonna pay him because it's time for him to get paid. Instead of doing that and looking at that, we gotta look at, hey, are we developing him the right way? Because they came out and said they wasn't developing him. They said they put off developing him for winning when they traded Donovan Mitchell. So how are you going to pay Evan Mobley without a successful strategy on how you're going to develop him? What are we doing with Jared Allen? If Jared Allen is going to be playing, should Jared Allen come off the bench? Now, when I say Jared Allen come off the bench, that sounds crazy. Now, if it sounds crazy, then that means Jared Allen needs to be traded. Because Evan Mobley and Jared Allen being next to each other with two undersized guards is not going to be the way that Evan Mobley is going to succeed. He needs to be put at a position where he's the five. He's able to space the floor out. He want to shoot the ball. He reminds me of AD a lot. But I think AD definitely has probably a better offensive bag than him, and AD is definitely much stronger than him. Definitely. So, probably like a watered down version of AD, if that's ever a thing to say. But yeah, I think it's premature. I think you should have waited. I think, especially with Evan Mobley, like not originally wanting to be in Cleveland, that being a whole damn thing there. But I think you could have waited probably to the middle of the season. I think you should have let him earn this before. I think going off of those, so what do you have, like 3 good games against Boston? I think that's kind of crazy to give him that extension because if that doesn't happen, we looking at his season just the same way we looking at Darius Garland. They wouldn't have paid Darius Garland that amount of money after this season. So, and I think Darius Garland is another example of how we be paying niggas too quick. Like, why,
yeah.
why, why did we give Darius Garland that money? Now, look, now I got to defend him. Now I got to fight for Darius Garland on Twitter. We done paid him 200 mil. Like, come on, bro. We gotta do better, Kobe. That's all I
No,
gotta say, though. You go ahead, bro.
no, I feel the same way though, man. Like this is the thing though. Like a lot of people be like, yeah, they paying him off potential because he ain't the only one that got all this bread. I mean, I feel like he might have got more than Scotty Barnes, if I'm not mistaken, but he definitely got more than Cade. Like I'm not here for like paying for potential. Like I understand Evan Mobley still got a lot of untapped potential, man, but he just might not get there. You feel me? So 224 mil was already crazy to hear, but to hear that this can be worth $264 million for Evan Mobley is crazy. He ain't got no All Stars on his belt. He ain't even been close to being an All Star. I mean, he was like second to Defensive Player of the Year. I think like the year before this, that was cool, you know. But we drafted Evan Mobley to be a star, and it makes it obvious that they really
He
trying to
got
bank
270, Pitt. 270. Scotty Barnes. So
270.
yeah,
So
so
I mean,
like literally the damn same near contract. Yeah, he got 270.
yeah, he ain't too far off though, man. But I don't know. I mean, I know you got the new coach. New coach supposed to be able to, develop guys like Evan Mobley, like he did with Brook Lopez and other bigs that can stretch the floor and shoot. But it's like, man, like we just haven't seen it. We've seen flashes though, man, which is cool. But like 200, potentially 260 mil for Evan Mobley, it's just not making sense. Like this is some Cleveland shit. Cleveland, we embrace mediocrity. You feel me? We embrace mediocrity. I ain't saying the dude mediocre though, but this is the type of shit we embrace. We get a decent dude, and we want to just take great care of him, hype him up, and everything, man. Like it happened across all sports platforms in Cleveland, man. So this is just another case of it. And it really just shows the direction the Cavs going in. It kind of makes more sense why they ain't really been making no moves. It seemed like they really trying to bank on this core that they got, which on paper, yeah, you got Donovan Mitchell the star. You got Darius Garland, who was supposed to be one of those type of dudes. I don't know what happened to him though. And then Evan Mobley, and then they banking on that starting five, man. If he don't step up, man, I just don't see how this can be good for the future though, man. But 200, I understand the market changed though, man, but I can't get down with it. I can't believe he got that much money, bro.
I wouldn't say they necessarily embracing Miyake. I think it's more of like that's their guy. That's their rookie. They go justify his stats being ass, but we got stop. Man, we gotta go justify his stats being bad by, by saying he's an all time, like he's a top tier defensive player. But where I come to critique that is who have Evan Mobley locked down? Where can we point to where he had shots? I'm like,
Yeah.
Pablo Banchero was going nuts. Nuts. He was dropping 30 every game, bro. Like, what was we talking about
his
right now?
name his name Paulo,
Like,
bro. Not Paul. His name Paulo, bro.
bruh, bruh, but like I was saying, man, don't get me. Well, I don't know about Pitt, but don't get me wrong. Evan Mobley can definitely live up to the contract. He's definitely capable. He definitely got the potential. It's definitely there. I just think this was a little early. I get that he was due for him to get paid, but I think this was a little early. And I think just in the NBA terms in general, I think they just pay people a little bit too early, a little bit too premature. I think these GMs, everybody not necessarily good at it that's put in a position to do it. But just the way they kind of naturally pay these guys, I think nobody in that rookie class has proved anything. Who they got? Scotty Barnes, Evan Mobley, uh,
Okay.
K, like who in that rookie class deserves to get a $200 damn contract? Nobody in that rookie class. Um, so I just feel like I think that's just something in the NBA. So you could say, hey, if you compare it to Scotty Barnes, K, then you could say Evan. But like, I don't know. I think he's better than Scotty Barnes. Uh, I
I
think.
don't think
Well,
he better than Scotty though.
I think
Scotty
him and Scotty.
tough.
I gotta look at Scotty Barnes numbers. Hold on.
Scotty grab boards. He can play some D. He got a jumper off. He get low key a solid player though, even though they be
Nah,
joking
he's not
around
better
saying
than
that he
Scotty
got
Barnes because Scotty Barnes can shoot the three.
can shoot.
So he's
He
not better
still
than
ain't
Scotty
worth the bread
Barnes.
though, but
He not better than Cade Cunningham. Who will be the next guy in that class? He not better than Tyrese Maxey. Tyrese Maxey was in that class, right?
Maxie get paid? I think he might
Yeah,
have been in that class though.
he got paid.
It couldn't have been nothing like this. I ain't hear nothing like that.
Yes, he did. Cause that nigga good. That's why you ain't hear nothing like that.
I ain't hear nothing about him getting
That's
paid
why
like
you ain't.
this.
That's why ain't
I
nobody
thought he had
talking
like
about.
100 some million in extension. I
Nah,
ain't know he got nothing
I'm
like
about to
this.
tell you right now. Hold on, I'm about to pull it up, y'all. Tyrese Maxey contract. Tyrese Maxey did get played. Cause I think they all in the same class. This day here, he signed a. Dang, I can't find it now. Maybe he signed a contract. Let me see. But I can't find his numbers for whatever. Oh no, it looks like he getting 35 million a year. So what's that? 35.
They don't say
Yeah.
how many years though he
It's
got
not,
like in
no, it's
total.
not for what I'm not on Google. My laptop is terrible, but it do say 35 million though.
Yeah.
He got a rookie extension this season. Yeah. So he getting 35, 38, 41. So he getting 205. But I think he signed his early. He getting 205 though.
Yeah, he just I could see him getting like the
He
200
he,
and whatever,
he
but
can get
not.
205 though.
Yeah, that's cool though. He deserve more than that. He better than all of them for real. But yeah,
I'm pretty sure he was in that draft class. I could be wrong, but yeah, though, man. I think with Evan, I think he can turn out to be a good player. Definitely, he could definitely prove you know, that he's worth the money. But he got to improve his offensive game and defensive game a lot. Like we can't just give him this credit above being a defensive player. Like he got to be like a Bam and a bio. If he's not a Bam and a bio, he shouldn't be getting paid. Like that's crazy. If he's not capable of being as good as Bam and a bio, he should not got that max contract. Like, and he's
no, for
not.
sure.
That's like, and I feel like that's the floor. You know, Bam, a great defender, top five defender. Um, that's the type of stuff Evan Mobley should be on. And it's not hard to cover Bam and a bio scoring wise. So like, it's not that high of a bar. So I don't know, man. But we going to the next topic. What we was talking about this. I want to get back into the.
Well,
Uh,
since we already on the Cavs, how you feel about Jaylon Tyson, the rookie they just drafted?
oh yeah, man. We was just talking about this Jaylon Tyson. So I heard about this story. And you know, I'm kind of a like a I don't know. I don't care too much about the summer league. You know, I find it funny how people was going back and forth about Bronny James in the summer. Like, it's just summer league, y'all. But I did just look into his profile a couple seconds here. He's a 6'6" small forward. I heard he almost got a triple double a game ago again. I think he had like 21, 10, and 9 or something like that. Um, and he looks like a pretty athletic, rangy type of guy. Don't know what type of player bill he'll fit into. When you're getting triple dubs in the summer league, it kind of are you Ben Simmons or are you like you don't know you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I don't know what type of player type to expect you to be at, especially when you a small forward. It's different type of forwards in this league. You know, we got guys like Paul George, we got guys like Isaac Okoro. You know, we got guys like you know, shooters. Like what type of small forward he gonna be, but the ability to rebound, to get that type of rebounding and passing, that's really good. Of course, you're gonna hope that he could bring something offensively in the league. I think that's what it come down to. I think they could. They you know they do hit on their picks. Recently at least they do hit on their picks. I think if he could turn into something, he could maybe turn into around and be a starter. It's right there for the taking for him. It's almost like I know you all everybody done played 2K before, but it's almost like getting drafted into a bad team. Like you know, it's not nobody starting over him besides Max Struz. You know, so I think that would being said. We just lost Pip here. I think that would being said, I think that he'll be a good starter long term. I think he'll probably develop and be a good guy off the bench this time around, and then go from there and maybe develop him. It's gonna depend on Max Struz. I think he'll probably start maybe a couple of games this year, and then be able to go out and go from there. I think that's him coming back on now. Maybe so. But yeah, man, Jaylon Tyson, he's been fairly impressive. Do you guys take in a stock? Give me 1 second here. Do you guys take in the stock the summer league? Is that something that y'all go about? Like, what can you take from a summer league game to translate to a regular season game? Because I remember a couple of years ago when we had Josh Hart, Colin Sexton, guys like that battling it out, and they end up still developing to decent players. So I think his summer league success is something that can hint at him being able to make it in the league. Now, how long and how far he can go, I don't know. Like I said, we gotta see how his rookie year. It's only a couple of them. It's pretty much a couple of scrimmages we going off of. So, but yeah, what you think?
No, I feel like man, I feel like he looked good so far. I know he averaged based off of the 5 games he played. They saying he averaged 15, 7, and 4. He's shooting pretty good. He's shooting 63% from the field as a forward. He's shooting 33% from the three, and he averaged 1.4 steals. So I'm not saying he's a defender though, man, but he looked like a decent little addition. Like he was a late round, first round pick. So like even if he could just be a rotational piece, that'd be cool. it'll always be good to find a steal and for him to be a star. But I know the Cavs they've been needing a forward. He like he got some size on him based off of the clips I see. I mean, he is 215 pounds, but like he a good 215 at 6'6", man. So I think he definitely could be a good addition, though. It's good to see him play, man. But I really wish they'll boost up Monty Bates, though, man. Like, I don't know what it is. The thing about the Cavs, man, like, even though he's doing good, the Cavs, they like to throw these young dudes in the G League, and they want them to be G League Hall of Famers and shit. They never bring them up. They did the same thing with Sharif Cooper, and people be falling victim to that can't charge, man. I ain't gonna lie. They be falling they falling victim to that can charge, man. But they bring up dudes like Dean Wade and shit like that, man. So we'll see, man. Like I ain't trying to get my hopes up too high though, man. But that's how I feel about him, man. Like still gotta see a little more,
Oh
man.
my
But
god, talk about that Kenny Charles.
can't. No, you
He
see
fell
dudes like
victim
this
to the
go
Kenny
crazy in the summer
charge.
league.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you see dudes go crazy in the summer league and they just
Oh
get sent to
my
the can
god.
charge and they go crazy in the can charge. They never get a chance. I see it happen every year. So hopefully he don't fall victim to that, man. But
Free my man Sharif Cooper, man.
free Sharif, free Monty Bates, free
I don't
everybody in
think
that
he a
can
baller.
charge,
Like
man.
he was a 20th pick in the draft. You know that is kind of high. I think he gonna get some play time.
And then you see how they doing Evan Mobley, brother. He was a bucket in college, man. He ain't you telling me he ain't ready yet. I
How
mean,
many?
damn.
You said 15, 7, and 5. What's 7? 5, 7 boards.
7 rebounds, yeah.
I like that. I think the boards and assists can translate. I think he won't average nowhere. I think he probably averaged like 9 points. But I think the boards and assists like him averaging probably like he probably at like 9, 6, and 4, 9, 6, and 3, something like that. That's cool though for a rookie. 9, 6, 3, and a steal.
Mm-hmm.
Like a little Josh Hart. See, that's a good addition though. They need guys like that. Hopefully he's tough. But I really think what the Cavs should do. I don't know how you feel about it, but I think now that they done pay Evan Mobley like this, I think the best thing they could do is really move Jared Allen out for a forward. I don't know if they're able to do that with the Pelicans or somebody of that nature, but I think they definitely need a forward like a Paul George, like a Brandon Ingram, um, like a OG Anunoby. That would have been
Jared
solid.
Allen decent though, man. I can't fake. He decent though.
Man, that's we got no three.
Yeah.
Literally. We got no three. We rely way too much off of Max Struf. The three is a key position in the league. We got guys running out Kawhi, Paul George, KD, and we running out Max Strus at our forward.
Yeah.
I don't know. Somebody got to move though. You can't say Jared Allen good. Yeah, all right. So we move off of Jared Allen. We move off of Darius. Is we gonna get another point guard, or are we gonna get a forward?
I don't know, man. I think you can move on from Garland and then just move down to the one, and you can plug. You could just plug a decent shooter at the two, and then whoever go play the three, go play the three. Then you got Evan Mobley and Jared Allen for defense.
I like your idea. I would put Strus at the two and let
You could,
Strus just be like an off ball two. Or put him in like a
yeah.
JJ Redick role almost, and run down at the one. Cause Strus is not a defender. Like
Strus. Yeah, no, he not no defender though, man. But he a decent piece though, man, for sure.
he a decent role player. I don't think he
Yeah.
need to be starting though. Like that's what I'm saying. Paying Evan Mobley. That's not accepting mediocrity. Paying Max Strus. That's accepting mediocrity. Why are we
I
accepting
mean,
Max Strus as our three and we're trying to win a championship? Like, come on, dog. Max Strus.
they did overpay him though, man. I ain't gonna lie, they overpaid him because like they really only paid him because like what he was doing on the Heat in the playoffs for real, man. But
That's what we do.
Evan Mobley ain't
We
really
pay
did
we
nothing either
we
though.
You have a good playoff series, you're gonna get paid here in Cleveland. We would have
Apparently,
paid Jeremy Lin. Oh,
oh, you would have got that bad.
Jeremy Lin would have got that
You
bad.
got that bad.
Ooh,
Yeah,
man, this shit crazy.
no, for
But
sure.
speaking of getting paid, Amari Cooper, JOK, still Brandon Ayuk, still getting and waiting out to get a contract here. Um, Mary Kay Cabot, interestingly enough, I think we talked about it a little bit in our last episode last week. Brought up the idea to trade Ayuk for Amari Cooper. I talked about this to you like probably a month ago, which is just funny that she just now saying it and not been said it. But so, what would you realistically? Would you? We gonna give you a couple scenarios. Would you rather A, trade for Brandon Ayuk, pay him 30 mil because that's what he want, keep Amari Cooper and let Amari Cooper walk, or would you B, um, pay Brandon Ayuk, trade Amari Cooper for Brandon Ayuk, and then just pay Brandon Ayuk to 30 mil, or C, just pay Amari Cooper and pay Amari Cooper 26 million. Realistically, that's what we say. We get those three different scenarios. Would you rather just pay Coop, trade for Ayuk, and keep Coop and let Coop walk for nothing, or like I said, the first option, paying Cooper? Where you be at with that?
I mean, if we got that option, what I would do, I would keep Amari Cooper because I don't feel like, realistically speaking, he could hold all he want, but he go come play some ball. You feel me? So I keep Amari Cooper,
You ain't.
and then I'll trade for Ayuk if I can, and then we'll have a great trio. We have Amari Cooper, we'll have Ayuk at the two, and then we'll have a mixture of basically Jerry Judy and Elijah Moore at the slot.
Why you
That's
trying to play
great.
Jerry Judy, man? You know Elijah Moore not in that big three, man. You know it's
No,
Jerry Judy.
Elijah
You know
Moore, low key
Elijah Moore
probably
not in
better.
that big three.
Elijah Moore, I feel like Elijah Moore might be better than Jerry Judy.
Elijah Moore is not better than Jerry Judy,
But
bro.
we can get back to that though, man. But I feel like I really would do that. Because Amari Cooper, he plays you out, he 30, throwing to free agency, go ahead and do what you gonna do. Then we got Ayuk next up. I know Ayuk is not worth 30 M's. He's not worth 30 M's. And it's crazy that he's doing all this. He's not worth 30 M's, but he'll be cool to come behind and take that, then be the next wide receiver one when Amari Cooper's gone, and then hopefully if Jerry Judy get himself together, he can be the wide receiver two, and then Elijah Moore could be that wide receiver three, or maybe Cedric Tillman could develop, or maybe we bring in some other guy, but. It wouldn't be a bad idea to bring in Ayuk to add to the trio because realistically speaking, if Amari Cooper get hurt and go down, then we looking a little iffy at wide receiver, man. This is why it's really pivotal that we do something here. Rather we trade for Ayuk or pay him, but position that we in look like we gotta pay him, man. But I would also just be open to swapping them out, swap out the old with the younger, and by default, I mean I guess you had to give him 30 M's, but then again, he might not. He might be a little. I don't know, but I'll do that though. But I mean, I'll do all three though, man. But I prefer to do the second one if that option is available. What you
Man,
think?
I feel like honestly, where I'm at with it now, after doing a little bit, looking into it, I would rather just do keeping Coop and getting Coop for a lower contract, maybe trying to talk him down. I would stay off of IU. I think it's a little weird that San Francisco doesn't want to pay him 30 million and they have 30 million to pay him. I think that's alarming. The fact that they don't want to give him that money is alarming. I don't know if you should pay a wide receiver 30 million in general. Like this is a wide receiver. Like why? When did wide receivers ever become worth $30 million for a wide receiver?
Well,
I
I
don't. I
mean,
don't know. What you say?
Tyreek did change the market though, man. I ain't gonna lie. The market for top receivers
Mm,
is at 30 though.
but what did Tyreek win?
Tyreek did win though, but you got Jefferson getting
What did he win
35.
with Tua? What has Tyreek done since Miami gave him that money, man? They ain't
They've
won
been in
nothing.
the playoffs since he got that bread though. Tyreek
They
worked the 30 M's though,
unserious,
man.
man. This is the Dolphins. The Dolphins is not serious about winning no championship. It's the Dolphins, dog.
They got a realistic chance, man. They got some pieces though, and they just added some
Man,
pieces
it's
though.
the Dolphins. That's like saying the Bills got a realistic chance. They do. It's the Bills.
But it ain't really about necessarily the team though, in a sense. But he Tyreek worth the 30 M's, bro. I can't even hold you. Like if that's what the market is, he worth it.
Is Brandon Ayuk anywhere near Tyreek Hill?
He not.
It's like the gap between Brandon Ayuk, and then another thing to consider, like for one, us paying him or anybody that pays Brandon Ayuk $30 million is pretty much saying, "Hey, San Francisco, I know you raised and taught him everything, but we think you don't know what you're doing, so we gonna pay him and take him off your hand." Because San Francisco is pretty much saying that he's not worth $30 million. So if
He
you think he's
not.
worth it, you pretty much saying San Francisco is wrong, essentially. Like that's what you pretty much saying. And they with him, they see him every day. Um, and he's in an offense where he's not really the focal point. You know, you got CMC, the Offensive Player of the Year, and Debo Samuel, George Kittle. Like they got other options. He hasn't been like a through and to like a Justin Jefferson in a situation where it's either him or nobody else catching the football. He hasn't been a number one receiver around garbage. He hasn't even been put in a Amari Cooper situation. Whereas him and his second best player is Elijah Moore on his wide receiver room. You know, I don't know how Brandon Ayuk could look with those type of coverages. I don't think he was getting those type of coverages. He still had Debo Samuel and CMC. And him coming to the Browns, he's going to face tougher defenses. And definitely, he's going to face tougher defenses with the AFC North. And I think him being a focal point, I think it'll be a lot easier with teams to get him out of the offense than it is for Amari Cooper. Because we already have struggled sometimes with getting Amari Cooper the ball, especially when there's not another guy stepping up on the other side of the field. So I think all things considered, I'd rather. And then another thing like to consider is, hey, we got a new offensive coordinator. Do we really want to swap out our best player right now? Like, do we want to swap out our best offensive weapon right now? And we got a new coordinator and have two new targets as your number one and two wide receivers, two brand new guys that got no chemistry with your quarterback that's coming off a hiatus again. Do we really? I'd rather it be something they're comfortable with. So I'd rather keep Coop. Now, if you talk about getting Brandon Ayuk and Coop, it just come down to me saying I don't know about paying Brandon Ayuk 30 mil, dog. Like, I'm not gonna lie, 27, 26. But he talking like if you can't afford a Lamborghini, you can't drive one. Bro, you not a Lamborghini, bro.
Facts.
You not even like. Are we sure he better than like Jalen Waddle, bro? Like, come on, bro. Like, let's talk about
Bro.
it. Like, I don't know about you being a Lamborghini, man. Like, I can name 10 wide receivers off the top of my head that's better than Brandon Ayuk. Like, easy. Easy. He's not nowhere near even like a CD Lamb.
Yeah,
So,
he ain't
like,
fucking with CD.
and I think Amari Cooper closer to CD Lamb than Brandon Ayuk. If you want me to be honest with you. Right
Yeah.
now. Now, I know the age is something. And, that's the only thing to really consider here, bro, is the age. Like it's the Kobe and Shaq thing all over again. Like, do you swap out and trade the older guy for a younger guy and hope he's good? Um, that gonna come down to, do you think Amari Cooper can pan out? Like if he's gonna fall off a cliff in a year, then you do that trade. But if Amari Cooper is gonna be able to stay consistent throughout his the rest of his career, then I don't think it's worth trading for Brandon Ayuk. I think it's gonna depend more on Amari Cooper health more than anything. Uh, but yeah, that's what I say on it.
I mean, but Cooper though, he 30 though, man. So like, it's down to come. I mean, I get what you're saying. I definitely don't think he worth 30 M's though. I don't think Ayuk is worth 30 M's. But man, I don't know. Like, he has the potential to live up to the 30 M's since the market is going up, but he's not worth the 30 M's. I don't think it's alarming that they not trying to give him the 30 M's. I just think it just simply means that he's just not a $30 million receiver. Like, and I honestly feel like we have other people to pay too. then give the 30 M's to a receiver like IU. You know, like we got JOK waiting to get paid. We're gonna have to pay more Shiesty soon. I think we already paid Greg Newsom, but we gonna have players ready for paydays, man. Like, you know, so we gotta really conserve that money and use it wisely, you know. So I don't think it'll be I don't think it would be smart to really probably trade for Ayuk unless you're just trying to do it from just a younger standpoint because he is young and Ayuk he may not be top 10. He may not be worth 30 M's, but he's a good receiver though. But we haven't seen him as of number one. But I don't know, man. I would be open to keeping Amari and just letting him walk, but we just got to be able to really go out there and get a receiver next year, either through the draft or trade or whatever. But
We
we
didn't
have
talk
to get it
about it.
done.
I didn't bring it up to you at all. What's your thoughts and opinions on? Did you see that list come out of the top ranked cornerbacks, and they had this award ranked number two?
Yeah, I seen that. Yeah,
Yeah, what's your opinion on that? It's
I
the
don't think he.
league coaches and executives that voted on it.
I mean, I don't think he number two. He not they who they had at number one.
Uh, past certain, I think. I think
I
it's.
think I still think Jalen Ramsey up there. Like Ramsey better than Denzel Ward.
You think so?
Yes, that Jalen Ramsey he be clamping shit. Sertain, I ain't really too familiar with Sertain to be number one. I didn't think he was the number one corner, man. But I really don't know who the number one corner is right now. But I don't think it's Sertain. There's a lot of good corners around the league though, man. You got Sauce too, Sauce Gardner. But I don't think Denzel number two. I think he probably like top 10 for sure though, man. But it's very debatable. And not on Denzel, he just be getting hurt though. That's it.
But do we really be getting hurt though, man? Like,
Yes, he be getting hurt. Really,
you talking
really
about,
be getting hurt.
you talking about really?
Be missing games for
Man,
sure.
I'm about to pull up the list. Hold on, I got it right here. I think. Yeah, they got Pastor 10-1. Pastor 10-1, Ward 2, and they got Sauce Gardner 3. So they got him ahead of Sauce Gardner. Mm, that's
They
interesting.
had Ramsey at like five, but I think Ramsey still the I think Ramsey up there, man. Like I think Ramsey number one. He didn't
He,
really play that much last year though because he was hurt though. But Ramsey do everything. Ramsey he can tackle, he can play coverage, get picks. He's a one of a kind, man.
I don't know though, man. He ain't. Are you sure he's even the? You know, some people that say he's not the best cornerback on his team.
Who better than Denzel Ward? I'm not Jalen Ramsey on that team.
Xavier Howard.
Well, he ain't on there no more, but he going better than fucking Jalen Ramsey, bro. That's fucking nuts.
Man, I don't know. I just feel like with Denzel Ward, I think he's better than what we really give him credit for a lot of the time. So I'm about to pull up the list now 'cause I want to see it. All right, so here go the list, y'all. Number one, Pastor 10. Number two, Denzel Ward. Number three, Sauce Gardner. Number four, L'Jarius Sneed. Number five, Jalen Ramsey. Number six, Trent McDuffie. Number seven, Jair Alexander. Number eight, Jalen Johnson. Number nine, Devin Witherspoon. And number 10, Derek Stingley. I think Martin Emerson should be on this
For
list.
sure. People don't know about Mark Shiesty, man. He like that.
Martin Emerson is better than Devin Witherspoon, bro. Get out of here, bro. They got him
Who
at
else?
9. He's better than Stingley.
Yeah, Stingley. Stingley done got cooked a few times. I think Amari was cooking him.
They got L'Jarius. Yeah, that's who he got them 200 yards on. I was there. He got L'Jarius Sneed over Jalen Ramsey. I think Trent McDuffie. Yeah, man. Like I said, man, Trent McDuffie. I think he's a good corner. That's really underrated as far as for everything. I think there's a lot of guys out there that don't get watched and looked at. You look at some of the work he did in the playoffs last year, locking down some of those top corners. Guys like Tyreek Hill. Trent McDuffie was the guy guarding him in games where he was held relatively quiet. So I do think Denzel Ward is a good corner though. Getting back to him, I think he is showed us last year. Outside of that year he had before, where he had that terrible season, I think last year and 2 seasons ago, Would that be the last Baker year? He showed he was the number one top corner on his team. I think last year he showed he was the best corner on his team. And as long as he doesn't have a down year this year, him and Warren Emerson to be back and forth, mano a mano, trying to be both Pro Bowlers. I think there's a award was I think he pretty sure he was an All Pro, All Pro player as well. So I think he's good. I think he's not two. He's probably top five though in my opinion. You got guys like McDuffie,
You think
Sertan.
McDuffie better than Denzel?
Nah, but I'm saying I just could list my top five off. I would be Ramsey, McDuffie, Dizelle, Sertan, Gardner. That'd probably be like my top five. Uh, and Ramsey, if I ain't already say him. But yeah, I think he's good. I think he's somebody that he showed his worth last year. We don't look like the same defense when he's not playing. Regardless of how good you think he is, we do look like a worse team when he's not on the field. So. Um, Yeah, I think he's there though. But two is crazy though. Saying he's better than Sauce Gardner, like I didn't think we was gonna go there. And Pastor 10, like I don't know about him being the best cornerback, but they've been giving it to him the last 2 years. I don't know about him being the number one ranked guy yet, but we shall see. I would say give it to Ramsey, like you said. I'll probably give it to probably Sauce Gardner, honestly.
I don't think that's a bad take for sure.
I think Sauce Gardner probably the best cornerback. That's a lock now.
So while we at it though, man. So the Browns. We loaded with talent. We got all this talent on offense. We are projected to have the top defense, or at least a top defense in the league once again this year. Um, with Deshaun Watson returning and stuff, how do you feel about the pressure on Kevin Stefanski?
To be honest with you, man, I think it's no pressure on Kevin Stefanski. Honestly, if you look at it um, last season proved that it's not Kevin. From anybody that want to go through and be like a Kevin apologist or say like, "Hey, yeah, I like Kevin Stefanski," or last season is the biggest proof in the pudding that you could go with. You got a guy that won 11 games with five different starting quarterbacks. Um, Regardless, he's done one without Deshaun, without Joe. He's done one with bad defensive performances. He's done one on the road. So he hasn't won that big playoff game, but he technically did because he beat Pittsburgh. I don't think it's a lot for Kevin Stefanski to prove. I think the only thing for him to honestly prove is to prove that he's able to coexist with Deshaun Watson. I think it's more pressure on Deshaun than it is on anybody else. I think Kevin has proven that he's a good head coach. Now, as far as if you want to talk about if he want to call plays or not, that's a different topic to get into. But I think Kevin proved himself last year. He won Coach of the Year. I mean, he went out 11 games. He played with starting guys that were in the XFL. He had them out ready to play out there, beating the San Francisco 49ers. I don't think it's gonna be. It's no way. Even if this Browns teams go 6-11. I don't think Kevin will get fired. I think he'll still be here. I think if anybody was to get fired, it would probably be the defensive coordinator. Or I don't even think you could fire Jim
Yeah,
Schwartz.
fuck
Really? Yeah,
no,
I don't even
fuck
think
no.
I don't even think you could fire Jim Schwartz. I think it'd probably be Andrew Berry if anybody was to get fired for real, for real. I mean, that's the only person and Abby, and he just got an extension. I can't see Andrew Berry getting fired. I think this year more than ever, the players it has the most pressure, and I think everything and everybody knows what everything comes down to is Deshaun Watson. And I think the only pressure that Kevin Stefanski can come and get is the pressure of play calling. If he starts off this year and he has some bad, questionable plays, it's going to be guys like you calling for his job. And it's going to be people on Twitter saying that he doesn't need to be calling plays. Why do we sign a new offensive coordinator just for Kevin to still do the same stuff? So that's going to be that. It's going to be basically looked off of how Deshaun Watson and his offense looks. If the offense looks good, it's going to be absolutely no pressure on Kevin, regardless of what the record is. So we can have a bad defense and go 10-7. It's not still going to be Kevin's fault. We're going to just switch the blame onto the defensive players. So I don't think it's not a lot of pressure. I think more of the pressure and the most pressure is on Deshaun Watson. I think that's who everything rides on. Is on his shoulders. Now, we had talked about his injury concerns, and that's that being my biggest concern with him. But with Deshaun, before he had these injuries, he played 50 straight games for the Houston Texans. So as long as Deshaun Watson can stay healthy, I think Kevin will be fine. It'll be very hard for me to find a scenario where he is under pressure unless he calls some bad plays, and then they don't want him calling plays anymore. But with the play calling shit and the situation with that, man, we got to think though. If he don't call plays and they start off slow, oh wait, it's gonna be people like me very, very, very loud about it because why did we switch up a guy that seemed like he was good at calling plays? Now it can be times where he's questionable. I think all coaches have their moments, but I do think Kevin's one of the better play callers in the league. So taking him off of play calling, and he's an offensive guy. We hired him for offensive reasons. I feel like it's kind of like, what did we hire him for if he not gonna call the plays? Almost like, is he constructing the offense? Because that's what the offensive coordinator is allegedly doing. So where does he's not doing the defense? That's Jim Schwartz. So where is Kevin coming in at? Maybe that's the way for him to get fired. Is he's not really showing anything or showing? But I don't know, man. They just gave him a contract. I don't really see nothing happening to nobody, like I said. So what you think?
I, I disagree. You feel me? Like, I feel like Kevin Stefanski is under pressure because since he came here, first year he came here, coach of the year, cool, made the playoffs. This is something that was never before seen here in Cleveland. So, by default, we think he our guy and et cetera, et cetera. But, after that, what has Kevin Stefanski really consistently done? Like, the year after that, if I'm not mistaken, we missed the playoffs. Um, and we got saved that year because he previously had I think he had previously won, yeah, because he previously was the coach of the year. Then after that was the year I think Baker had got hurt. Or maybe that was the year after, but Baker got hurt. Baker getting hurt saved him once upon a time for real because it's
Yeah,
hard to
he
fire a
had
dude when his
the first
quarterback
year.
is hurt.
The first year he got coach of the year as a rookie head coach. Second year, I think that's when Baker got hurt, and then third year, that's when Deshaun got suspended and we missed it. And then fourth year was last year and we got it. I think so. I think that's how it went.
Because man, like, yeah, so I just feel like it's been a lot of things that's been helping him keep his job though. Like I remember the first year he had got coach of the year, so he was cool. But after that, um, he's been showing like he been not utilizing the talent. Like when he had Odell and Jarvis and them and all that, we been had like talented teams, but like he was doing the bare minimum with those teams. And then the one year with Baker with the shoulder injury, that right there really was saving his job because now your quarterback hurt, so he got saved there. Then after that, it was when we traded for Deshaun. Jacoby Brissett was the starter. Jacoby Brissett can win you games. Like I understand he may not be no franchise quarterback. You can cover your head if you want to, bruh. Jacoby Brissett can win you some games, bruh. He could have got us to the playoffs, and the fact that we didn't make it. He was like, what, you just traded for Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson, he not the starting quarterback. So boom, we gonna spare you this time too. And the defense was trash. Defense was trash. We go out there, we get a new defensive coordinator, and the defense carried the team. The defense was the identity of the team. The defense won us a lot of our games, even though you feel like Mr. Kevin Stefanski, Coach of the Year, won us a lot of games. The defense really won us games. The defense was the reason why we was in the playoffs. And if we didn't have that defense, we would have been trash. Plain and simple. The offense, I understand Deshaun Watson was not the starting quarterback because he was getting hurt and shit. But man, the defense really saved us. They won us a lot of games. So he got saved last year by default because Deshaun Watson was hurt. But this year, oh, and Nick Chubb was hurt. So, this year, if all these pieces, Nick Chubb is healthy, Deshaun Watson healthy, the defense there, and this offense and this team is still not winning games, not beating the shit out of teams like they should, it's gonna be a problem. I mean, as long as they win, it'll be cool. But if we are not if we are not getting somewhere further in the wild card, it's going to be a problem, bro. Like it's going to be a problem. I'm not saying he's going to get fired though, because I don't see Cleveland trying to fire him yet. But that's when more people go focus on Kevin Stefanski, because Kevin Stefanski is realistically a mediocre coach. He's a mediocre coach. He got Coach of the Year because it's hard to make it to the playoffs without your starting quarterback and Nick Chubb. So it is hard. So by default, he got Coach of the Year, bro. But the defense really won us the games. Jim Schwartz was the real Coach of the Year. Jim Schwartz truly was really the real Coach of the Year.
True about Bottom Ford.
I'm sorry, like he was really the true
Bottom
Coach of
Ford
the
is
Year. Kevin
crazy.
Stefanski, he hit a lick. You feel me? He didn't deserve that, but.
How can you win Coach of the Year 2 times by default, yo? That's just insane.
The first
They
one,
gave it
the
to him
first one was
two
valid
times by
though.
default. The second time was more valid than the first time.
No, the first time was
Bro,
valid
come
because we ain't
on,
never
man.
won shit.
Oh my God, bro. We gotta score points somehow. How are we scoring points?
The
Like I get
defense
it.
was putting us in position. The defense was scoring points. The defense was getting stops. Defense was doing everything. The offense was the one not doing nothing.
Man, we gotta think, bro. This is a guy that went out there and played with DTR.
That shouldn't have happened.
DTR. When has he ever got a consistent 8 games of quarterback play his whole time in Cleveland?
Jacoby Brissett
Jacoby
can win you
Brissett did
games.
not get,
Jacoby
bro.
Brissett can win you
Jacoby
games, bro.
Brissett didn't, bro. Jacoby Brissett is the same man that threw that interception on the 6 yard line against the Falcons. He cannot win you football games in the NFL. He's a backup for a reason.
Because
Jacoby,
Kevin
we,
Stefanski
we
putting him in
bro,
position to be doing. He
we
shouldn't be
only
in
think
position to be
Jacoby.
winning us games.
Man, we only think Brissett is good because of Stefanski. If Jacoby Brissett never came to the Browns, we would not have this aspect or this outlook on Jacoby Brissett. He cannot start. He can't even outbeat Sam Howell, bro. He is not good. We had
I
that
mean,
like he's not good. Jacoby Brissett is not a starting quarterback.
he's a serviceable backup. He could have did better than Joe Flacco.
All right, so that's still when have we had a consistent starting caliber quarterback play 8 straight games for Kevin Stefanski?
Baker.
And what happened?
That one year we went to the playoffs. The second year we was trash.
Baker was not a top 10 quarterback or a starting level quarterback his second year.
He
Hurt
wasn't.
Baker, Hurt Baker was garbage. We almost lost to the Lions. That was the 1-15 Lions, bro. Hurt Baker was garbage. He never gets a good quarterback. We don't have to play with Nick Mullins, Case Keenum, DTR, Joe Flacco. I think once we see Kevin with Deshaun Watson, I think it's everything gonna fall in line from there. I think everything really gonna come down to the play quality. Now we don't even talk about. He's talking about he got a lick because he got carried by the defense.
Got
Man,
carried.
you gotta think, bro. The defense gave up 30 points a game on the road. How is they carrying us?
The defense, they may have gave up points on the road, bro, but the defense really was giving us position to score points. Defense was getting crucial turnovers. Defense was forcing hella punts. They was like top ranked in the league for that. The
I get
defense
that.
really did
I
a lot
get
of shit
that.
for Kevin Stefanski, bro.
I get that, but we gotta think, bro. If they giving up 31 a game on the road, how did we make the playoffs if the defense is the only contributor? 30, we gotta score at least 30 points, something in that range to at least be in the game. We giving up 31 a game on the road. Kevin Stefanski is counting for something. He's doing something. It's no way that the defense is creating 30 points on offense. They not. They might get 14. Stefanski's getting that 17 points with PJ Walker.
But
That's more than
If
worthy of winning
your
Coach of
offense
the Year,
not getting
man.
no, if your
Come on,
offense
bro.
is not putting up no
Come
numbers and
on,
they
man.
turn the ball over all the time, the defense go give up points. We already talked about that.
It's not.
All
But
those
I
same
understand.
games,
I'm not
we
blaming
weren't
the
putting up
defense
no
though.
points.
I'm not blaming them though. But you got to think though. We got to score. Our offense is trash. We still got to put up
Yes,
points. We still put up
true.
points. We put up points regardless, bro. We find ways to score all the time, bro. You got to think Like, I don't know, but Kevin Stefanski is almost like, I mean, like, he's not the best coach in the world and he not trash. So it's we not gonna ever really know if he good for real. He on a stack roster. I mean, look at our team. We should win games. So like,
The team that we have, we
yeah,
should be a high powered offense. We on paper
we
should be
should
the
win
best team in the
games.
league.
Best team in the league.
We should on paper be the best team in the league, bro. Healthy, we should be the best team in the league, bro. Even
I don't know, maybe the Niners.
I think we got the Niners on paper. I think we got the Niners.
It really
All
comes.
around
Uh,
team, all around on paper, it probably should be us.
yeah,
But we'll
yeah.
see though, man. I mean, I don't think he get fired, but I definitely can see there being real problems if we don't make it further than we did, or especially miss the playoffs. We miss the playoffs, it's going to be a huge problem because it really would be no excuses. You feel me? Like I feel like Stefanski's like JB, like JB Bickerstaff. He didn't got the cast to the playoffs,
I think he
but you
better than
know
J.
he's just
I
not
think he
enough.
way better than JB Biggerstaff though.
I think they're a duplicate.
JB Biggerstaff is not a top 15 head coach.
I mean, is Stefanski
Kevin
a top
Stefanski,
15
you
coach?
you could think Kevin Stefanski is trash, but you can't name 13 teams that got a better head coach than the Browns. Like you could think he trash. We could just say he average, like he a Baker. We could say Kevin Stefanski is like what Baker was. But like JD Bickerstaff is trash, bro. Like JD Bickerstaff is not a top 20 head coach. Like JD Bickerstaff had lineups with Matt. I'm not even about to talk about that, man. Man,
I mean, I don't feel like they far off at all, though, man. But we'll see, though, man. We'll see. I don't think he'd get fired, but I think it's definitely
you
some
were
pressure on him, though, for
disrespectful.
sure.
JD Bickerstaff isn't.
But speaking on pressure, though, man, to close the video out, what players do you feel like are under pressure on the team?
I mean, we already talked about Deshaun Watson, but to give you somebody outside of him, I think Grant Delpit and Juan Thornhill. Han Thornhill, that safety position, especially in Cleveland, is a
Yeah.
very, very talked about position. And they done paid him that money. He was hurt last year. So it's people already calling him trash. So Juan Thornhill on the defensive side got a lot of pressure on him to prove up to that contract.
Facts.
I think it's pressure on Nick Chubb, Jerry Judy, Juan Grant, and JOK. I think those be the biggest guys that got a lot of pressure on them. Also, Zadarius Smith. Zadarius Smith is kind of getting up there in age. If Zadarius isn't able to contribute, this might be his last team he's on. So, that's also there. And then our offensive coordinator, if we want to talk about coaches, I think our offensive coordinator got the most pressure under him. This is a guy that just got fired. They just got him up out of Buffalo, and he's our offensive coordinator. Poof. So like he got to show something. You just got fired. Uh, if the offense comes out slow, they're going to throw the offensive coordinator under the bus, and then they're going to throw Deshaun Watson under the bus, and then last but not least, it's going to be Kevin Stefanski. So. Um, I think that's who got a lot of pressure on them, really, honestly. And then also, Jim Schwartz, a lot of people saying that this Browns defense is due for a regression. It's a lot of people saying this the Browns defense is not going to be able to replicate what they did last year. Um, so it's going to be a little bit of pressure under Jim Schwartz. I think his defense will be able to be exposed for its, how simplistic it is. So, what do you think? I don't know who you think. What you got?
I want to ask you first, why you feel like Grant Delpit, though?
Grant just got that contract. He had a good season, and I think this is the year that, like, if he really, like, we don't talk about Grant Delpit as one of those guys at safety. We don't talk about him as a Minka. We don't talk about him as a Jesse Bates. We that's not we're not throwing him in there, but he's there. I say the same thing for JOK. I think we not talking about JOK the same way we talking about the other top five linebackers, but they got JOK ranked 6. So I think Grant Delpit has that ability to be a superstar safety. When I say superstar, I mean like like a pro, like an all pro safety, and a guy that is going to be like, hey, Minka, I'm neck and neck with you in this division as far as the best safeties there. I think Grant could prove to be a top five guy. He got the potential to be that, and he just got paid. So I think it should be a little bit of pressure on him, especially with the safety room. They got a little bit banged up last year, so that's what I'll be my picks on the defensive line. Oh, and you can also, your boy Greg Newsome. Greg, your favorite guy.
Yeah, the way he went out,
Greg in there.
man. He definitely on the list though. The way he went out, I can't believe he was playing like that. That shit was terrible. That shit was terrible, man. But I can see you on a Grand Delpit because he just got paid, and also Grand Delpit, he wasn't really a dude that can stay on the field. So now that he got that bread and we seen what he can do, he definitely got to keep doing that, and he got to be available to do that. But I agree. I think he got a lot of potential. I think he's a top safety in the league right now, like for sure. Um, I'm with you on the Juan Thornhill, man. All he brought was vibes last year. That was it. He brought vibes. It's good to have some good vibes, man, but he wasn't really doing shit outside of good vibes, man. I ain't even gonna fake it to you. So
Hey,
I
you know
think
who
Juan
bring good
Hill.
vibes? You know who bring good vibes, but everybody love him?
Oh,
Jarvis Landry. I'ma shut up though. You go ahead.
man, come on, bro. But yeah, Juan Thornhill though, man, he definitely under pressure. I think Jack Conklin is under pressure for sure because his big ass, man, he can't stay healthy. He always getting hurt, always missing all this time, but he getting all this money. You feel me? So I'm looking at the O line, and really honestly, the whole O line is under pressure because we just lost our offensive line coach, Callahan. He was the best O line coach in the league. So I think he had a huge impact on the line because anytime people went down, it's like he was just plugging dudes in. They was doing their job for real. So there's a lot of pressure on the O line in general, but specifically on like dudes like Dewan Jones. But I wouldn't really say a lot of pressure on him, but really more so Conklin because you know you can't just keep getting paid and getting hurt like that shit. That shit got to stop. So you got dudes like Dewan Jones knocking on. You feel me? You got Dewan Jones knocking on the door. He trying to get him a spot. I think he probably gonna take Jed Will's spot on the left. Jed Wills, he gonna have to find his way, man. Like if you can get on that right side, man, show us what you got before you can get up out of here. But he under some pressure. I feel like who else? I think that's probably. I feel like I'm missing like one or two more people. I mean, obviously Deshaun Watson's under pressure. We talked about that a lot.
The offensive line was good. I wasn't even thinking. Jed Wills is under a lot of pressure. I would say, I mean, if we really want to talk about it, we got Jerome Ford. He could be up out of the league. I was just about to drop a video on
Yeah,
him.
I ain't fucking with him.
Jerome Ford might be working at Walmart with us. I'm telling you, the way
For
he
sure.
see the field, man. Telling you. No, all jokes though, all jokes. I don't want none of y'all to see me in life and be like, oh man, I don't like him. He said something about me. Nah, like all jokes. But uh yeah, I think Jerome Ford actually is probably actually solid. I was looking into some of his numbers though. I think he could be a good guy if we just use him as catching out the backfield. Uh I think if we use him as like I don't know who we gonna replace with Kareem Hunt as that goal line back. I don't know if Foreman brings that to the table. We got Nick Chubb, the best pure running back in football. Jerome Ford can bring that catching out the backfield that Kareem Hunt kind of had, but I don't know who's able to duplicate and be that goal line guy that's able to punch in on that 4th and 1. And, we felt real confident about our 4th and 1. We had Kareem Hunt back there. Deshaun Watson, for whatever reason, isn't as good as a QB sneaker. And I'm not trusting Harrison Bryant to go out there and do a QB sneak. So who's gonna be that guy and on
He
fourth
ain't
and
even
one?
on 10 no more.
Oh yeah, I gotta stop making jokes. Who gonna be that guy on 4th and 1? That's gonna be able to take that and go in. I don't know if Foreman's that guy. I wonder if it's some how good he is in short yardage situations. Um, but yeah, I think it'd be a little bit of pressure on Jerome Ford to find a role in this offense. And another guy we and you not really talking about, man. David Bell, Elijah Moore, Cedric Tillman. David Bell, hey buddy, hey man, you've been in the NFL for how long now? Can you have over 400 yards? Like,
Yeah,
can
he
you
almost got cut last year, low key, if I'm
yeah,
not
like David
mistaken.
Bell? Because I'm pretty sure Michael Woods is gonna be knocking on the door for his spot. So David Bell, that's gonna be somebody in preseason for us to look out for. Um, And then you also got Elijah Moore. We traded a second for you, bruh. You know, we gave up. Well, we traded back, but we gave up probably like what, like 20 selections. I would think we went back like 20 or 30 picks for him. But Elijah Moore, he got to show something. Cedric Tillman, he got to show something. It's a lot of pressure on a lot of these guys. I really wonder who in this wide receiver room is going to show up. Um, when you got Amari Cooper, David Njoku, and everybody else after that, with all due respect, is a question mark. So I wonder what's going to be the pecking order of, it's going to be Jerry Jeudy? Is it going to be Elijah Moore? If it's Elijah Moore, then why did we pay Jerry Jeudy? If it's Cedric Tillman, then why did we pay Jerry Jeudy? So we're going to keep coming right back to this, somebody answering the call. That's why I think Jerry Jeudy, Jack Conklin. Jack Conklin got it. I don't know. I don't even understand why. We paid him. Like, that's the type of
Facts.
stuff that I be talking about. That's just, I don't get it. Like, why did I get it? Because we didn't have nobody at that time, and DeJuan Jones just fell out of thin air. But like, Jack Conklin got to do something, man. He got to coach. He got to do something. he got to do something. He got to grab that clipboard, man. I'm Big Thanos. Big Thanos. DeJuan Jones is a dog. I don't want to discourage DeJuan Jones by sending him to the bench. I think it should be an open competition for that right and that left tackle position to see who's gonna be the best out there. I think it's gonna be a lot of pressure on Jed Wills and on them tackles, and then you got a guy like Deshaun Watson who's hard to block for. So it's gonna be a lot of pressure on them because Deshaun gonna get sacked. So it is what it is. So we're gonna see what it turns out to be, man. You got any other final thoughts?
No, I think that's all pretty much I wanted to say.
That's cool. That's cool for real, man. We definitely appreciate you guys tapping in and joining into this weekly episode. We'll be back again next week. Make sure y'all in all the descriptions down below, we're gonna have all our links where y'all can find us at, find Pip other channel, find my other channel, find our social medias as well. If you guys ever got any comments, always comment down below. We'll bring up some comments and do some Q&As and start going live, doing more stuff. So we appreciate you all coming in. But yeah, this is gonna be the end of this episode. We out. Peace.